Alright, so we are back for another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and in today's video we're going to be probably using the craziest team in all of Dokkan right now. Of course, with the Tech Trunks and then the Zamasu getting their EZA, we now have access to both of them, and they're insanely crazy. Like, with the new Worldwide Download Celebration LRs on a team with those EZAs, like I said, this team just gets really crazy. So, I figured we could do a showcase just of this full team. We could also kind of get the showcase in for the Tech Trunks and the Zamasu in one video. So, which is very convenient to do a video on this whole team, because like I said, this team is very, very crazy. So, here's the plan for the video. We're taking them in the Shadow Dragon Red Zone stage right now. We'll see how well they perform in here. I can already tell you they're going to perform very well. And then after this, hopefully we win. I mean, we could still get caught with this team, but we'll talk about that in a second. So, assuming we win, or whatever happens, then we're going to take them in a really difficult Red Zone stage. And whether that's, Red Zone Goku Black, whether that's the Red Zone Metal Cooler Core fight, whatever it is. I mean, it could be Omega Shenron as well in the Shadow Dragon event. Wherever we bring them, hopefully they'll perform well in there. But this is just the first fight we'll bring them in, and then the difficult fight will be after this. But yeah, they can get caught. This team can get caught. There's a couple units on here that aren't really the best for the first couple turns. More specifically, the Tech Trunks and then the Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta. I mean, it takes them a minute to get going. Like with the Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta, their damage isn't going to be that crazy. And then, I mean, they're good for the first couple turns defensively because they have the guard. But then once that wears off, they're kind of a sitting duck until you fuse into Vegito. And then with this Trunks, you kind of need to stack up with him a lot for him to look impressive. So for these first couple turns, this team can be a little rough. But once you get going, you get going. Like, you start looking really crazy. Once you transform into Blue with the 5th year anniversary of Vegito, once you transform into Super Saiyan with this guy, get a stack or two in, you fuse with the Blue Goku and Vegeta, it's just crazy. And then also there's the rotation, which, I mean, I didn't even talk about that. The Merge Zamasu and then the Transforming Zamasu, the one that just got his EZA, that as a rotation is really, really crazy. I don't think a lot of people really understand, like, how busted that is. Because Merge Zamasu, amazing for slot 1, right? I mean, he has that 80% damage reduction for the first turn. So during the first turn, you slap him wherever the most attacks are. He'll absolutely tank it. And then also, the damage reduction does wear down, but he's still, his lowest amount is going to be 40% damage reduction, which is still really impressive alongside his crazy defense. So I think, the Merge Zamasu and the AGL Zamasu is probably one of the best rotations in the game, because the AGL Zamasu, dude, you get a couple stacks with him. He's got that 50% damage reduction. He's got all the additionals built in. He's going to be stacking really quick. Like, it's just crazy how they designed him. Like, he's very, very good. So this team has a lot of potential. Like I said, once you get going, you get going. Like, you start destroying all of these events. I mean, every unit on here has potential to be very good. I would say the worst unit is probably the Tech Trunks, just because it takes him a minute to get, built up and established. But once you get established, he's going to be dropping, 10 million attack stats. He's going to be pushing 1 million or over 1 million defense, especially once you go into the Sword of Hope, like, transformation with him. Then he's going to be doing, like, 30 million attack stats. I saw a showcase with that. So this potential is crazy for all of these units, honestly. And then also you've got the Vegeta and Trunks. So if you want to throw them in slot 1, you guys probably already know how crazy of a slot 1 unit they are. So there's just so much you could do with this team. I don't really think there's any event that could, like, just completely just outpower this team, right? But like I said, you can get caught. I mean, there are definitely ways you could just get demolished, like turn 1. If Tech Trunks gets supered, good luck, man. Good luck. He's not the craziest for the first couple turns, but there's also the Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta, like I said, who are kind of a sitting duck after they lose their guard, but before they fuse. Oh, okay, we can get this active skill. So I guess we could pop it. It's going to make everyone look a little bit better defensively. And then look at that. Tech Trunks is at 518k defense. So for turn 3, that's really not that bad. But you do have to keep in mind our defense is a little bit higher because in his pre-transform state, he does raise defense for multiple turns. So that defensive buff from his base state when he raises defense for multiple turns is still active right here. So then on the next turn, we're going to be losing, I think, 100% defense because he gets 50% defense for 3 turns, and we got the double super. So, I mean, it's good, but keep in mind it's going to drop off on the next turn probably. And even 500k defense by itself still isn't that amazing. But we are going to pop this just because I want to make everybody look as crazy as possible. I think the Vegeta and Trunks give a 20% defensive boost. So then with that activated now, what are we at defensively? 622k. So then if we get the triple super, which we've got a pretty good shot at doing that. Or even if we get the double super, we're still pushing 1,000,000 defense on this turn. And that's pretty impressive. I mean, we'll see how much damage he's doing here, but 1,000,000 defense with, I mean, the additionals he's got built in, you could assume his attack stats would be relatively high, is definitely good. Now, he's in that dangerous territory where he's tanking normals, but supers are still probably going to kill him. So, you know, like I said, you just got to be careful with him for the first couple turns, or the first good amount of turns, actually. I would say he's not really going to look crazy until, like, the end of the fight, which is really unfortunate because, I mean, at that point, like, the fight's wrapping up, so you would wish he was a little bit better towards the beginning of fights, but I guess it is what it is. I mean, like I said, he still can have good value in terms of tanking normals, but then the supers, I don't know. And then we only did like a 5,000,000 attack stat there. We didn't get a single additional super. Come on, Trunks. I'm trying to hype you up here. All right, it is what it is. He's still very good. Again, no disrespect to Trunks. It's just the way they handled Zamasu's EZA was just way better than Trunks's. Like, I'm actually, I don't want to say I'm disappointed, because I think Zamasu definitely needed the better EZA between the two of them, but I don't know, man. Like, imagine how crazy the Trunks would have been if they, like, gave him guard for the first couple turns, and then we're going to get, like, a Sword of Hope Trunks for part 2, most likely, and then, you know, you could run them as a rotation, so I feel like if they just made him a little bit better for the first couple turns, it really would have, like, made him a lot more impressive. Again, guard for 4 turns, anything like that. Again, it would have skyrocketed his value, because that's his issue, is the first couple turns he's not that great. Ooh, okay, we got the blue transformation out with Vegito, so now we're going to start cooking. We got his transformation, we got a couple of stacks with all of these units. What's Trunks' defensive stat at? Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Dropped to 339. So, to his credit, like, keep this in mind, there's no support. Well, I guess technically there's key support, but there's no attack and defense support. So, I'll give him that, but turn 5, only 300k defense? You see what I'm saying now. This guy can get caught. But we do have the Sword of Hope, like, transformation right here. I'm going to hold off on this for a couple of turns, because he is greatly stacking attack. So, if we just get, like, a couple more supers, that's going to make a Sword of Hope transformation massively better. Because when you go into Sword of Hope, if you get a good amount of stacks, he's going to look very, very crazy. Unfortunately, he isn't really the best defensively, but his damage is going to be very, very crazy. So, we'll see when we go in there. I think he gets, like, guaranteed crits. He's way over 10,000,000 in terms of, like, his attack stats and stuff like that. So, he's very impressive. But, again, defensively, he's not the craziest. I mean, very simple. I already mentioned it in the video. Maybe if they gave him some guard or something like that when he goes into the Sword of Hope phase, I think that would have made him a lot better. Now, okay, we did get the double super right here, which is good because we've got type disadvantage. So, I mean, we need the extra defense more than any other time right now. But we're still really not doing that much damage. Yeah, we are tanking double digits, though. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, the Trunks, again, he's good, but he's not for the first couple turns. I love his animations, though. I'll say that. Considering how old he is, I think his animations have held up very well, especially when you go into the Sword of Hope, like Trunks, like transformation or whatever. It still looks very impressive, which has me real excited for what we could get for part 2, like a Sword of Hope Trunks with, like, amazing animations. I mean, I guess it's possible they could do, like, a Rage Trunks. It would be kind of weird, like, having a new Trunks without any of the Sword of Hope animations, because I think this Tech Trunks is the only Sword of Hope Trunks we have, like this one right here. So it'd be weird for us not to get a new LR one, because it's severely underrepresented in, you know, Dokkan, but I wouldn't be that mad as long as we get a new Trunks, because Rage Trunks is still pretty cool. But again, like, you know, a Sword of Hope Trunks next to, I don't know, maybe this Trunks right here would be very good rotation. Yeah, Zamasu just casually at almost 18,000,000 attack stat. What do you want me to say? He's busted, in contention for the best unit in the game. You know, it just is what it is. That's why I'm saying this Zamasu within the new EZA Zamasu is just such a busted rotation, because both of them are, like, either the best unit in the game or the best, like, EZA TUR in the game. So then they're just so crazy as a rotation. I mean, they definitely handled their extreme class units. And that's one thing Dokkan always kind of does during Worldwide, which is really weird. It's like during these, you know, normal celebrations, extreme class units always feel very wonky. But then for Worldwide, for some reason, they always nail them. Like last year with Cooler, it was perfect. I would say my only complaint with the extreme class units of Worldwide during the previous Worldwide Down celebration was the Metal Cooler for part 2, but he was still good. Like, he was still very useful. He's got that revive, which has no condition behind it at all, so you could still look really crazy turn 1, because even if you die, you could just come back. So, I mean, yeah, worldwide is definitely very good with extreme units, but I don't know, like this year, the way they handled Vegito, I don't know. It still felt kind of wonky. It's weird because it's like the opposite of what normally happens. Normally we see the extreme class units get fumbled and the super class units are good. But this year was kind of the opposite. Not saying Vegito was bad, or, well, Vegito's amazing, but then the Blue Goku Vegito, you guys know, they're a lot less impressive than they should have been. So, actually, speaking of, we've got type advantage right here, but I think our guard did wear off. So we could take a bit of damage if we get supered. This is a good test. I'm curious, how much is he going to take right here? Because I don't think the Nova Shenron supered us. So if we get supered at the end, this would be a good test to see how much he takes. If he's taken any more than like 200k, that is way too much because he has type advantage and he's a worldwide Download Celebration LR. And this event doesn't hit that hard. This is like just a slightly more difficult legendary event. That's kind of why I brought this team in here. So for like stacking units or build up units, this is a very good fight for them. So if they're not, they're not tanking this super right here, I don't know, man. That is a little unimpressive. Although we did get the double super, so keep in mind they do get the 30% defense on their 18 key. They don't get any defense with their additional supers, but they are stacking attack. So then their damage will look a lot more impressive. Yeah, 4 million with that right there. So it's going to look a lot more impressive, but it's still not, like, amazing. We're doing solid damage, though, like, to the enemy because we have type advantage. All right, how much are we doing? Or how much are we taking, I guess? Really? 260k. I mean, that's not horrible, but that's really not as good as I thought it'd be. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, that's just not crazy impressive. Yeah, once the guard wears off, he's not insane. You know what? I'm going to let this active skill play for the EZA Zamasu. And while this is playing, I'm going to check how hard the Nova Shenron hits. Because if he hits really hard, I'll cut the Vegito or the Blue Goku Vegeta a little bit of slack. But if he's hitting for like, like 700 to 800k, it's like, come on now, you got type advantage. Why are you taking almost 300k? So let's go and play this. All right, so I have it pulled up right here. I mean, he's hitting for 952k. So he hits for a little under 1 million. But still, with type advantage, like, you're really going to take 260k? That's a lot. That's a lot. Okay, anyway, let's forget about the Vegito. This ain't about him right now. We got the transformation for the corrupted Zamasu. So his damage reduction does unfortunately drop to 30% now. But with some defensive stacks and with him still being at a 13 million attack stat, yeah, he's going to be good. He's going to be good. Now, the only issue I have with the corrupted Zamasu, in terms of, like, the transformation and, like, this part of his kit, is he doesn't get defense on super. I think that's a really, really, like, crucial thing in units' kits now, and, of course, he's missing that. So, does kind of suck, but it is what it is. He still can look impressive defensively, because, of course, you've got the carried over defense from the Zamasu, just from stacking defense, but I don't know, if he had, like, maybe guard for a couple turns, that would have been really good. If he had maybe, I don't know, like, just normal defense on super, that would have been really good. But, I mean, it doesn't really matter. If you don't like the corrupted Zamasu, you just stay in the normal fusion Zamasu. You just stay in this guy's transformation, and then you're going to be cooking. So, okay, yeah, let's pop this. Why not? Yeah, I know, that was pretty rude on Trunks' end. I did play the Zamasu's animation, but I didn't play the Trunks' animation. I mean, that's what he gets for not being as good as the Zamasu. I'm sorry. It's how you get treated. You're not as good as a unit. You don't get your animations played. Sorry, Trunks. So he's sitting at 300k defense. Yeah, that sucks. We're here on turn 9. So imagine if you're in turn 9 in the Omega Shenron, like, fight. Turn 9, 300k defense isn't going to cut it even for normals. So, yeah, that's just really bad. To be fair, we do get defense with, like, key spheres that we get. So wait, I'm going to get these right here, and then these tech key spheres should drop. If we're not at, like, 600k defense at the minimum, that's not enough. Okay, 800k defense is enough. I'll say that. In terms of normals, he's absolutely tanking right here. So I'll cut him some slack. I was a little too harsh. You got to get key spheres with him first. But keep in mind, that was very, very lucky with key spheres right there. You're not always going to get perfect RNG like that. And also, we've gotten a lot of stacks in. So if you get sealed, if you start in slot 7 or whatever, you're not going to get as many stacks in. So for his, like, for this being like his prime rotation, this is like almost his peak, I would say. I'm not really that impressed because supers are still going to kill him. But I don't want to undermine that. A little over 800k defense is still good, considering he's dropping an 18.7 million attack stat. So, I mean, you know, that's what I'm saying. That's still good, but it probably should be a little bit better. He has a guaranteed crit on this turn. Yeah, he's good. Just not amazing defensively, but he's good. He's good. So I don't think they fumbled his EZA. I mean, again, between the two of them, Zamasu definitely needed the better EZA anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Again, I just wish for the first couple turns he was a little bit better defensively. So I guess, I mean, we could just cut to the, Omega Shenron fight. I've talked about that a couple times already in this video. I know we're so close to finishing this fight, but this really doesn't matter. I mean, at this point, we've already seen everything with these units. Unless we can pop an active skill on the next turn. I think we might be able to pop the 5th year Vegito's active skill. And if we can, I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to kill. So, okay, we are getting supered. How much is this doing? Oh, 37k. So Nova does hit reasonably hard as well. He hits for a little over 1 million, I think. Oh, no, he actually hits less than the Nova. Okay, that's a little weird. Oh, what are we going to do right here? Wait, can we pop the Vegito's active skill? Alright, y'all know what we got to do. Yeah, y'all know what we got to do. We've played this a lot in videos recently, but it just looks too clean to pass up on. All right, first of all, we just got to admire it again. Beautiful, beautiful KO screen, beautiful animation. But at the beginning, did you see the Ice Shenron render? Like how low quality it was compared to Vegito, and it's like 4K HD, and then you've got the Ice Shenron is like it's horrible quality. Dokkan, you got to upgrade your assets, man. We need 4K assets in Dokkan. So, all right, well, with all that shown, I guess we can just go ahead and cut to the Omega Shenron fight. This video is already almost 20 minutes long, so we're just going to cut to, like, the end of the fight. We're not going to show the full thing, but we'll still see them when they're all built up and see how well they can tank in there. All right, so we're here fighting the Omega Shenron fight in the Shadow Dragon event. We've got a very good rotation right here, except the Vegeta and Trunks. So they don't have their guard right here. At least I don't think they do. So we definitely do need to pop their active skill just so they get the extra little bit of defense. But then, as you know, we did earlier in the video, you know, they're going to give the whole rotation a defensive boost. So just the whole rotation is going to look a lot better. And yeah, look at that. The AGL Zamasu is at 517k defense with 50% damage reduction, and he's got built-in additionals, and he's continuously stacking. I would say that's pretty good. I would definitely say that's impressive. If we get the triple super right here, which is very possible, we're going to be pushing 1 million defense with 50% damage reduction, and we got that little support going on with Ki, and, you know, of course, we're healing, and just a lot going on. So, very good unit. Now, I am going to keep Merge Zamasu in slot 1. We are taking a couple of AoEs, so then the Vegeta and Trunks, they might take some damage from that. It really depends. I mean, we could die here, because I know Omega hits very hard, but I think with the active skill and everything, we're going to be fine. I think. Okay, yeah, so the Zamasu's are at double digits. Oh, yeah, 47k. All right, we're good, we're chilling. I was kind of scared, because without the guard, I don't know, man, they might take some damage, but yeah, we're good. Even if we get super at the end, it doesn't matter. I just want to see the Zamasu tank and then the AGL Zamasu tank. Yeah, look at that. Type disadvantage, still double digits. Dude, LR Zamasu is just so crazy. What's his attack stat, too? He's about to drop like a 20 million right here. 17.8, yeah. Crazy, man, crazy. If we crit, too, which we did, yeah, look at that. A little more than a full health bar. Unfortunately, no additional supers, but still, just a lot of damage. LR Zamasu, I'm so happy they made him as good as they did. Like, I was really worried they were going to fumble him, but they definitely did good. All we need now is the EZA for the LR Goku Black and then the Transforming Goku Black. Those two EZAs will solidify, like, the Goku Black and Zamasu team as the best Extreme Class team in the game right now. Like, that's literally all we need. As long as they're both EZAs are very good, then we're chilling. Ooh, okay. All right. This is a real test of the video. How much is he taking? Omega hits for 1.5. 200k. And I don't think we had an additional super right there. I think we just got one super. That's not horrible. I mean, keep in mind, this was a very good rotation. We got him linked up next to the LR Merch Zamasu. We did have a little bit of support, but considering Omega hits for 1.5, or it might be like 1.4. It's 1.5 or 1.4, whatever, same thing. That was still really impressive. So then now this rotation right here, it gets a little more tricky. Trunks is at over 1 million defense, but, we're here on turn 9. Actually, you know what? Turn 9 for 1 million defense isn't horrible. So then, yeah, once we pop this, yeah, we'll just wait. We'll see. We're going to do that. We're going to pop both of the Vegito active skills, and then I think we're just going to be chilling right here. So I'm curious how much damage Trunks is about to do. We're going to try and give all of these key spheres for Trunks, so we're going to get the 1 physical key sphere for Vegito. We're going to get that with the Trunks. And then with all that, yeah, we're still at basically 1 million defense. His damage right here, let's just put this into retrospective. We don't have any support. I forgot to check how many links he has activated, but he's got a couple links activated, like the main ones, because obviously he's linked with the Vegito. We've gotten a lot of stacks in. There's no nuking items going on right here, nothing like that. So we'll see his attacks at right here, and he's got a guaranteed crit. So keep in mind, if he drops a 20 million attack stat, it's a guaranteed crit, and he's tanking double digits from Omega with type disadvantage. I would say that's impressive. You guys know them AoEs hit very, very hard. So yeah, definitely taking double digits from that is good. Now, a super would still obliterate us, but it's only because we've got type disadvantage. But I don't know, dude, if he only got guard for like 1 turn, once you go into the Sword of Hope, like Trunks transformation, he'd be so busted. He's already really good offensively, but it's just defensively, it's a little wonky. But with normals, like we already established, very good. All right, how much are we doing here? Keep in mind, guaranteed crit. Dude, that's crazy. That's so crazy. Are we just going to kill? Well, no, okay. Omega has a lot of health, to be fair. I think he's got close to like 100 million or something like that. All right, well. How much? Yeah, 1.1. I mean, not really much you can do about that, but still very impressive. I mean, look, I've been knocking Trunks the whole video. I'm glad we got that in the video just to show he's got good potential. So that's pretty much been the video. Let me know what you guys are thinking about both of their EZAs. Honestly, let me know what you're thinking about this whole team and how they've handled the Future Saga category with the celebration. And let me know what buffs you do want to see for the Future Saga for the remaining of the celebration. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.